but there are a lot of good women. And every human is going to be flawed. All of us have a little tinge of nutcase in us. But what I'm noticing is that men are looking for, a lot of the single men are sexually confused. So a lot of single men get along better with men than they do women, and they don't know how to relate to a woman as they do men. And a lot of the single men they adore men, and they love and relish the interaction with men and not with women. And so that's one thing that's keeping men stuck, is because they're not necessarily gay, but they are stuck in bromance. And when you're with your boys, it's so freeing, because you can have boog in your nose, you can have stank breath, you can talk about whatever. But when you with a woman, you gotta be on point. You gotta come correct, because you're being judged. You don't feel a safe friend zone. You being judged. Protect, provide, present, all of these things. And so it makes a man tense, because a woman is going to, nag, and women may not call it that, but a woman is gonna say, cut your nails, clip your nose hairs, wash your face with a real face routine, mow your lawn, take out the trash, go provide, and make sure you provide enough that this other woman can't give her children a better birthday party than I could give my kids. Make sure you provide enough that my friend can't drive a better car than me or have a nicer house than me. I'm in a low-key competition with my classmate or with my coworker on who husband gonna provide the best lifestyle. And women don't realize that, and women don't admit that, and women don't even notice it, that they do it. Women don't even notice that they are going to their man and like, oh, look at this birthday party Lisa gave little Johnny. And the man look at that birthday party, and you could tell that birthday party cost $5,000, $10,000, and then as a man, the man looking like, okay. And so this is stuff that married men talking about. And when we get together as married men, this is stuff that's being talked about, just the financial pressure. And a woman may not realize that. So a single man has married friends, and married men tend to just complain. So single men are like, man, this don't look like it's worth it. And then I don't know the conversation women have, because a lot of women still want to be married. So either women don't listen to the complaints of women, or women not complaining like that. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I only speak from a male perspective. But I do know men tend to just complain about marriage. And if you talk to a man, even myself, I'm going to tell a man, take your time. Don't rush it. Now, what I mean is, don't get married before 25, and possibly not before 30, unless you know that you know. But now when you pushing 35 or you pushing 40, yeah, it's time to go ahead and make some concessions and go ahead and get married, because the world needs you. We need your kids. Your kids might be the next president. Your kids might be the next mega pastor. Your kids might be the next LeBron James, or the next whoever, Ben Carson with the surgery, whoever, Albert Einstein. We need your kids, and we need your kids to be raised right. We need your kids to be in a 2-parent household, if possible, and raised right. Or if you have to be a single parent, we need you to put your best foot forward. And so that's more where I'm at. But I do this every day, so I'm going to have a different take than most men. And so when most men talk to another man, they going to complain everything they don't like about their wife. But what we fail to take into consideration is that a woman is a human, and she's not perfect, just like we are not perfect. So we can point out all her flaws, but if she flipped it and pointed out all our flaws, it'll be just as bad, if not worse. And that's one thing that men seem to forget. And so men are being told, don't get married. And then we have men in the media who have a platform, like the guy, it was an actor, I don't remember his name, but he was saying that he's not going to get married, or he don't believe in relationships. And then now was another comedian who got a podcast with a couple other guys. He went on a big radio show and said that he'll never be in a relationship. And so this is like music to sore ears, because a man already don't want to be married. Like, none of us necessarily want to be married unless our daddy was married and we saw our daddy do it, then, and that's why I wanted to be married. But had I not saw my daddy do it, I wouldn't have wanted to be married, because to a man, in the way we raised and the way we taught, like, sleep around, like, get as many women as you can, because that make you more of a man. The more chicks you can have, the more of a boss you are. That's how we taught. So marriage don't make sense to nobody unless you raised that way. And that's why we see most white men are married, and we see them get married rather quickly. Like, even the pro athletes, whereas a lot of times pro athletes don't like to get married, but when you look at majority of white pro athletes, they married. It'd be the black pro athletes that's not married until 30 years old, but the white guys, they be married. They get married they senior year, junior year of college, before they turn pro. Like, even the number one draft pick, like a Trevor Lawrence, this man got married before going to the NFL. Like, the white people are raised on family stability, and they taught, get married. Like, have you a helpmeet, have you somebody that's gonna rock with you and stand with you. All this sleeping around, strip club, sowing your wild oats, that's for the birds. Like, you lame. Like, yeah, you'll have a guy's trip once a week, get it in. But then when you get back home, lock in, it's you and your wife and your kids. And I'm going to tell you, I done hung out with the white boys. I done been out there with the white boys. When they get away from their wife, they get it in now. They do their things. All the black women that think white men don't cheat, yeah, they cheat. Yeah, they cheat. Yeah, they do their thing now. But they just limited. Most of them limited. They limited to that guy's week. They limited to that guy's weekend. They limited to that guy's night out. And they do a transaction where they paying the stripper or they paying the escort, and they ain't building no affair and changing phone numbers and having no whole relationship like a lot of black men do. The white guys, they just do it transactional. And if they in the transvestites, if they into men, if they into women, they whatever they do it transactional. It's a one night situation and they leave it there. But they imperfect just like other men. But the difference with black men is black men try to have a whole nother family and have a whole long affair, and that's eventually gonna blow up in your face. And so this is where, so the white men complain about marriage and their wife, just like the black men and the Hispanic men and the Asian men gonna complain. So the single men are hearing these complaints, and now single men are saying, I got a lot of married friends and my married friends miserable. But listen to me. I'm going to tell y'all men why your married friends miserable. Your married friends miserable because they don't want to submit and surrender as well as the woman. They want the woman to shut up, be quiet, let them move how they want to move, do what they want to do. And that woman like, no, playboy, that ain't how this work. That's not how this finna go. And so the man want to be able to watch his porn in peace, but he keep getting caught. He want to be able to talk to his ex-girlfriend in peace. He want to be able to cheat in peace. He want to be able to gamble in peace, play the video game in peace, go on guys' nights and guys' trips in peace. He want to have the best of both worlds. He want to be married and single at the same time. But because his woman ain't with that, that's upsetting him and making him mad. And now this the short end of the stick. This a bad deal. And that's why he complains about his marriage to his single friends. Because his single friends get to do what he want to do. His single friends get to make their own choices, call their own shots, get after the bag. build a brand, build a business, do their thing. And the married man have to make some concessions, got to make some sacrifices, and he get in his feelings. But when we surrender to love and we accept our responsibility as married men, marriage is a beautiful thing.